Right, welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Raihan. I'm a third year medical student currently on a placement in a hospital somewhere in obs and gynecology. The reason I added that part in was because my intros are usually the same in every single video, so like I thought I'll spice it up. Get it. Now, before I start the video, I want to say a big thank you to My Acamedia for making this video possible. Now, My Acamedia are the first student-led UCAT and interview course company in the north. Now, I'm going to be working with My Acamedia over this summer. I'll be one of the main speakers in their courses. They've collated their course from students who have achieved 900 in different sections of the UCAT and got the best advice from each student, and they go in depth and explain their strategies and techniques in order for you to get the highest score you can possibly get. Now, they do courses in Newcastle, Glasgow, Leeds, Sheffield, Manchester, Liverpool. I'll put a link to their website down below so you can check it out yourself. They also do have bursaries on offer for students from low-income backgrounds, so you can also apply for that if you fit the criteria. Now, let's start with the video. So, the abstract reasoning is one of the hardest topics in the sense that it's something that you've not really came across before, because I remember in my GCSEs, my A-levels, I've never been asked to identify patterns and shapes or identify patterns at all. Like, it's mostly memory recall and things like this. Now, there are a few things that I did because I struggled with this section at first. So to start off with, now this is something that I came across when I was reading a couple of books, and this is called the 3-box method. The basis of this sort of technique is that you look at the simplest box with the least number of shapes or the least number of diagrams in. Okay, so you pick the simplest box and then you look beside it. Look at the boxes around it, and then you pick the next few simple boxes. Now, you analyze that simple box and you try to recognize a pattern between the simplest box and the next simplest box. Now, the reason for this is in the abstract reasoning, what they try and do is they're quite smart. They put in a lot of like shapes to distract you, a lot of diagrams to distract you, maybe lines and things like this. Now, don't spend too much time looking for the simple, like trying to figure out which one is the simplest box and then which one is the next simplest box, because it kind of defeats the objective of saving time. Now, the second one, this is something that I tell everyone. So everyone always asks, how did you get 900 in abstract reasoning? If it was down to one tip, then it would be this tip. And this is the one that stuck in my head the most, and this is what helps the most number of people. Now, this one is where basically when you get a question, right, when you're doing these questions in abstract reasoning, when you're practicing, make sure you write out every single pattern that you come across. So for example, the lines of symmetry might be a pattern, the number of sides might be a pattern, the number of circles might be another pattern, the number of squares might be another. Whatever it is, write down the pattern, and especially the more unique patterns, make sure you write them down. So after you've made this list of AR patterns, I want you to then use that list as a checklist to answer every single AR question that you ever do. By the end of your sort of 2 weeks or 3 weeks of preparation, you're then going to have that list embedded in your memory, so then in the real test you don't need to have that list in front of you. So this helped me quite a lot, and I would definitely recommend you do this yourself. Now, the third thing that I want to say is, now that you've collected this list, right, so on the day of the actual exam you get 1 minute, I think it's around 1 minute to read up, or basically like to read up on the section before you start the section. Now in this minute I want you to literally jot down every single pattern you can think of from that list on the piece of paper or the whiteboard that you're given. Now, the reason I say this is because when you're answering these questions on the computer, so say for example you've just got to question 1 and you're trying to look for these patterns. Now, the time it takes for you to mentally check off every single pattern that you've got in that mental checklist, it will take longer if you're trying to pull that information from your memory. Instead, if you've got that list written down, you save that, you know, those milliseconds or whatever it is, because you've got this written down, and you don't have to actively recall from your memory the checklist that you created. So in the 1 minute pre-reading time, I want you to write down every single pattern that you had previously wrote on your checklist, and use that when you're answering the questions in the real test, and that will save you time from having to actually recall every single pattern from memory. So hopefully that should help as well. Now number four is the use of the flagging. So even though I got 900 on the UCAT on the abstract reasoning, right, it doesn't mean to say that I found every single question easy. I don't think. I think there was like 1 or 2 questions that I actually found quite difficult, because, well, like there were patterns that maybe I'd not seen before or whatnot. Now, when your mind is literally running at about 100 miles an hour, you don't want to slow it down. So if there was a question which I came across which I found quite a bit like a little bit more difficult than the others, and I was spending, say, even more than 5 or 10 seconds extra on this question, well, I'd flag it, come back to it in the end. Now, I don't want to waste time thinking about what pattern is this, and the more you think about it, the more stressed you get, the worse off your brain is. Like, I genuinely think that when I get stressed, my brain doesn't function as efficiently as when I'm doing well, flying through these questions like boom, 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 yep, getting these patterns right. If I find a question that is difficult, I'll just flag it and I'll come back in the end when I've got a bit more time. I know how much time I've got left, I know how many questions I've got to do, and I can do it at a normal pace, at a peaceful pace, and just think, you know, okay, well, now I've got time to do these questions. Another thing as well, like with the flagging tip, is that for some reason, like when you spend too much time on one question, your brain can't figure out the pattern, but when you come back to it later on and look at it fresh and with a different perspective, then for some reason, like I find I did better on those questions when I came to it at the end, probably because I've built me confidence over the whole of the abstract reasoning section, because you're getting these questions, like you're finding the pattern, so you're getting more and more confident, and as you get more confident, then you can tackle the more harder questions without a problem, basically. Now, that is the end of my tips and advice for abstract reasoning and how I managed to get 900 in this section. Hopefully this video was helpful. If it was, make sure you give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and obviously subscribe as well, because I'll be making a couple more videos on the UCAT and how you can do well on the UCAT, basically. So yeah, if you want to check out the channel as well, check it out. There's a lot of videos, hopefully somewhere in the suggested area, based on medical school vlogs, and A-levels and GCSEs and whatever you're interested in. There should be a video on my channel somewhere. But yeah, thanks for watching, and bye for now.